Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. This is a tutorial about the Emma segment for Metal Gear Solid 2 speedruns with the focus on very easy difficulty. If you've seen my previous two videos about the Emma zips, you can also abstract that then for high level difficulties such as easy and normal. But as I said, the focus right now is for very easy, which is the most prominent category to be run. So, why do we start here? Well, we just beaten Vamp 1 and we're now going to continue onwards towards Emma. And before we even meet Emma, we already will do a menu that's going to save us a little bit of time later. The idea with the Emma zips is basically, especially on very easy, that we don't need to use any items really. We just put our out of bounds and we don't need to care much about the other things in our way. So we're going to go over here. Once we go, I'll do a cartwheel. And during this cartwheel, I'm going to do R2 and up to get to the coolant spray. And I'm going to press R2 again to unequip it, so that the coolant spray is now my previous. And just pressing triangle to interact here, and then we're going to skip all the cutscenes. Alright, so now that we've talked here, we're just going to swim back. Quite simple. As usual, we're going to swim to the right here. I particularly use the D-pad here because it gives me a little bit tighter angles. I'm going to try to swim as close as possible I can to this trigger so we can get out of water. Remember, Emma doesn't need to be dragged in the first room, so we can just walk. And then we immediately hold down X again or circle here, depending on how your configuration is. Mine is here in the PlayStation 2 configuration. Alright, let's go off turbo here. Then we're going to go over here, roughly like this, and then just grab her. I'll walk over to the left, and then right here. And then it's time to do the second part of swimming. Alright, if you've done the swim glitch before going to Vamp 1, this door here will be closed. You gotta open it first. It is safe that I loaded. We didn't do the swim glitch, we just swam through as normal. So we're gonna go over here. And you see, actually I'm using here the analog stick until I got around these corners. It is slightly slower, I find, using D-pad sometimes. But it gives me also an easier time to make fine adjustments like these. Once I want to gain height again, I'm definitely using the analog stick because gaining height on D-pad is immediate, versus an analog stick it isn't. And once you get out of water, make sure to turn off your turbo. Then we gotta do the usual thing, we're gonna drag Emma here. And by the way, make sure when you come over here, you don't start dragging until you're at the wall. If you drag her too early, you need to drag her way further and longer, and that slows you down actually. So you can start dragging her when you're really on her left. Alright, here we go, and here comes the first Emma zip. As usual, hold upright and then perform the first Emma zip. Wonderful, perfect execution. Now just walk all the way to the end. Because it is on very easy, we don't worry about the alert here. So we're just gonna walk all the way. Cobble here early so we don't fall. And we're gonna leave the room. Once we leave the room, of course, we get immediately back. So turn around, and now we need to drag Emma actually into the KL zip. There we go. You can do one cartwheel here, drag her like this, and she will actually follow up to you. And then just get over here. Since we're doing the KL zip, I'm gonna do the corner method. And for the corner method, we don't want to do the Emma bump. Alright, let's see if this works. There you go. Not too bad. And now we're just gonna leave. And here's why we put the coolant spray in our previous, because now we're actually just gonna go over here. We're gonna do lengthy cartwheels all the way. We're gonna be faster than the cipher that will come up here. And it's important you gotta stand like here at this very close line to the fire. Right, because if you are going too far up and want to use the coolant spray, the cipher to the left will actually start seeing you. So you gotta be a little bit further south, but you should notice if you're too far up. If you get an alert, it's not that bad. You might be shot, but you can still end the room even in an alert situation. Because Emma is actually already at the end of the room. That's why we do the zip here. In any case, I like to crouch here. Gives me a little bit of a nice angle. And then I go and do two more cartwheels, and in one of them, I actually put the AK back in my menu. So R2, double tap on the D-pad down and let go. And of course I press R2 again to unequip it. Because in the next room we want to start, of course, holding Emma's hands. So here we go. Second one, AK, and there you go. As you see, Emma is already at the end of the room. That happens because you zipped her out and then left the room. Then she will be put down there. And now with the AK on our previous, we can just walk up here. Roughly like this. Go first person, auto aim. Kill these 2 guards, and now we're just gonna drag Emma down here. There's 2 methods that you can use here. You can have a whole triangle, or what some people like to do, they choke actually to drag around the corner. You can do the corner a little bit faster. And yeah, you know the sniping, and that's the Emma segment done with the Emma zips in complete succession. Thank you everyone for watching, and I hope you learned something useful. And of course, good luck for your runs, and I'll see you on the leaderboard.